Hey everybody, welcome back to Trekyards. I'm Captain Foley.
And I am Commander Cockings. We are in our respective command centres of this Trekyards adventure as we look forward past our view screen into Star Trek Lower Decks, the animated series. And Stuart, with this off-the-cuff intro of geniusly bad comedy, what are we doing today?
Yeah, today we're going to be looking at the bridge of the USS Cerritos, the hero ship from Lower Decks, because we got a peek of it in the latest, sneak peek trailer, I guess.
And what's nice about what we do is that we're going to take these single frames or 5 frames and slow them down and just embrace and enjoy and do check out this entire week as we're going to do a lot of content. But yes, they showed the full bridge and the view screen. We'll go with the main shot first of all. But Stuart, it goes in a flash, but now we're on it. What do you think and any sort of first reaction to it?
I'm quite impressed, actually. It's better than I anticipated, and I'm very happy about that. This has kind of brought back that feel of TNG, and it's actually doing more for canon, I think, than either Picard or Discovery's done, which is a bit of a shame.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it is. This show is a. It could easily have been like a spoof show in terms of like everything is sort of the same but off. So these uniforms, they're sort of Trek but off. The combat, but if it does fit in exactly into the era, exactly the era, exactly the rough time period. It shows a lot of what it's meant to show. Obviously the caveat of all of this is an animated TV show, which limits everything and it changes how you produce things. So when I look at this, I say, okay, cool, TNG design, but I also see they didn't feel the need to draw more smooth angles, could take more time to do. And so like that back either rail or console looks very bulky to me. The way the ramps are to the side, again, very bulky. The captain's chair is very almost uncomfortable bulky. But that's the animated series vibe. Whereas like the Enterprise D has this very smooth, beautiful look. That might also factor though this is a very lower end ship. So they, hey look, we've got a design study like a Galaxy, but and 1/10 design budget, because we're not that top ship. What do you think about that, Stuart?
Yeah, I was just going to say, you're talking about comparing it to the Enterprise D, but I mean, that's the Galaxy class. This is the same era kind of ship as far as being constructed, or maybe even earlier. So, and since it's one of the least important ships in the fleet, or so they say, it's definitely got a different bridge layout and doesn't feel as luxurious or big as the Galaxy class, which is great. So no, I think it's good. You see a lot of holdovers here from the Galaxy class bridge design, though. You got the ramps on each side. You got the looks like tactical station where somebody has to stand at the back behind the captain there. But yeah, a lot of the familiar elements are there. Like you got engineering, mission ops, environmental. They're all labeled at the back. And again, they didn't have to go into that much detail with them. They could have just been like background plates that you don't really are out of focus and you don't see. I appreciate that this is a nice, compact little bridge. And it looks like it would be one that would be easy to kind of do for a fan film or something because it's not rounded. There's not a lot of complex shapes, really. So it's definitely one that could be recreated quite easily.
It reminds me of an Enterprise C era sort of thing where everything is almost at the sleek level of the later, but everything is a bit more hard edge because of limited time. Like just those having a simple, and again, I've designed a couple of bridges now for fan films, so I've got a bit more of a bridge design mindset. But just having those light pillars be at either side, just kind of like just there. They don't look into go. They don't feel it. They feel very just like tacked on. But that speaks to the simple nature of the bridge. I do think the and again, this is the animated. It's everything's a grain of salt in terms of design. The displays are a bit big, relatively speaking. I know the back MSD and such of some of the ships is big, but with this perspective, I can't even tell if there's a sitting console on the back, those three, or if they're actually standing. And instead of, here's the thing, here's a display, boom, done. It's actually standing, the entire thing is display. I mean, it's hard to kind of... The side ones are certainly full standing displays for some reason.
Well, I mean, a lot of times when we've seen displays on the side, they're not really, as important. I'm glad they're there, though. I like those. I do have the feeling that the back... much like the tactical station that's right behind the captain, I think it's probably just going to be standing room only because there is only 3 stations. There's not like the 5 or 6 that are on the back of the Enterprise D. But that being said, this also might have those pull out or those pull out push in the chairs that they have on the Enterprise D as well, which could easily be incorporated in there.
Because it implies there's a black lower line detail, but that could just be a red alert. like bar, because you actually have to have those as part of the displays. Again, it's 2D. You can barely tell a curve, but you would think you'd see a little bit of yellow sticking out on the left if it was. But I kind of like if they were standing. It's less functional, but this is the sort of bridge, this sort of ship where you only need 3 people on the bridge, 4, maybe 5. This isn't. You're not doing science stuff. You're not doing. I mean, you look at what they've got: environmental, mission ops, engineering. Engineering only if you need an engineer. Environment, if anything is active in environment. If not, it's just there to look at. And the mission ops. Well, most missions you don't necessarily stand on the bridge for 4 hours waiting for something to happen. You can in between. So I can see this bridge being very much a helm and ops, and then whoever's in command / second in command, who maybe the negotiator or whatever on the captain's chairs.
I was actually very surprised that there were 3 chairs in the command section. I expected 2. The Galaxy class, it seems kind of like an outlier in that regard.
Well, it has 5 if you break down how many potential seats.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel like it, but it has 5.
Yeah. So I didn't expect to see 3 here because I don't expect there to be a counselor. So you got like your number 1 and who else?
Well, the negotiator, diplomat.
That being said, with them being straight across and kind of looking like that, I get a very much Voyager vibe from those command seats. Voyager has more of a not as comfy looking command section and more integrated with each other, with your first officer sitting beside you. So it kind of blends a lot of different designs, and I think it's great actually, and I like the color scheme as well.
I think it's fair to say it's not a pretty bridge because of the hard angles, but it feels a good level of functional. I'm not sure I'm quite sold on the 3 chairs, especially how, like I say, hard edge the side 2 look, or the middle one you can tell it's more classic Enterprise D with the raised whatever. But Stuart, we have a second view, and unfortunately, this is very likely to be a bridge window view screen, because on the outer side of the hull there is in fact a rectangle on the bridge layer in front of the bridge, which would match up with this. Now this, I think, vibe-wise feels like either and both, which is nice, but given the outer bit, I mean, I'm sure it's a mandate from CBS, you have to do a bridge window because we do bridge windows, and therefore ignore all of TOS, TNG, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise, Nemesis, First Contact, Subject 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, everything else. But we've said before, at least make it feel like it could be a view screen too.
I'm a fan of the view screen, as you guys know, as opposed to a window. However, if it is a window, that's fine with me. It's kind of become the new trope, unfortunately.
It's a huge step backwards, but whatever.
It is. But I like this look. It's got the widescreen feel of the TNG one. You got the little bar along the bottom that will do the little blinky lights, which is good. And it does have a very TNG feel to it. And it's got some grand scale to it. Like, that's the whole front of the bridge. Like, I love that. Yeah, it would be interesting to see, like, if there is a ready room, if there are turbo lifts at the front of the bridge. I'm not sure there necessarily will be with a smaller size of ship, but I think it looks good.
But the bridge is on deck 2 and fully integrated, so there's you can just walk onto more of deck 2. It's no longer a top module. They've taken that away, as they did for some other shows. So I also see a lot of Discovery bridge window here with sort of the aspect ratio, the fact that it fills the frame. Because if you look how small those guys are, I mean, Data and Wesley and such, I mean, there's not that. This is the oversized bit. The other shot looked kind of okay with sizing, but this clearly is wow. But like I say, unless that is the entire bridge, and we're kind of using a weird angle, it's probably a little bit oversized. But it's nice to have that much view screen. I'm kind of torn on the red alert siren as the entire rim, because it's going to be very distracting and just distracting, and you don't want to be distracted when you're focusing on this massive 44K to screen. Yeah,
I kind of like that feature actually. It's give a nice give a nice it changes the environment of the bridge, and I love that. It's like, you got to be paying attention right now, guys. I know it's distracting, but it's at the same time it might not be. Yeah. Have
you noticed a red alert? If not, look at the view screen. You can tell. But all credit to the front panels, perfect L cards, perfect size. Love that they're sleek and thin. Actually, kind of like that. It's obviously a bridge window view screen, which is a shame. But hopefully they'll use it in the correct way, which is have it be not visible on the outside of the hull, or being being open. It's also that'd be a lot of detail to do in the animation side of it, to have a 3D bridge, and it's in none of the shots in the trailer, and you just say, well, yeah, it's there, but it's translucent, because that'd be a good way of winning, is just have it be translucent on the outside and then visible on the inside, and it's just like, yeah, it's a holographic view screen, window view screen mostly. But yeah, Stuart, there you go. Any sort of closing thoughts on our first TNG bridge since Nemesis? And that was a long time ago, and that was the same damn bridge. So really, the first new bridge since First Contact, or I guess Prometheus. Sorry, but I guess Prometheus, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Like I said, I was pleasantly surprised to have seen this. This was actually very much. I didn't know what to expect, honestly, from the bridge, or just any of the real details of the ship.
Yeah.
But so far, from what I've seen, I've been really impressed. And this definitely feels like it's one you could have seen in TNG. You could have seen them talking to another captain and seeing this bridge. Very easy to do, and I'm super impressed. Like I said, this is really. I feel it's holding more true to canon than some other shows that have been released as of late. So,
and the thing is, just like with Picard, the problem was they had to make a bridge that was not Federation, was Federation but not Starfleet, and not visibly looking like Starfleet yet visibly looking Star Trek. They failed, but you can see what they're trying to do. Discovery, they just went visual reboot, whatever. This is clearly TNG inspired, but it also has to look like a less good ship, because it is. So that balance is so hard. And so a lot of stuff I like, and I look forward to seeing more things. Although I think I'm sold on the weird carpet paneling. Again, distracting, but
I kind of like that too. So I mean, there we go.
It's details.
Anyway, guys,
it's animated, so you can only have so much on the screen. So having a text like that really kind of adds. But yes, looking forward to seeing more.
So, guys, put your thoughts down below. What did you think of this bridge? Are you looking forward to seeing more? And let us know your thoughts. Anything you noticed that we didn't, perhaps, and want to point out to us, by all means, put it in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and consider joining the channel as well. You can join at the rank of Commander, Captain, or Admiral. It's a great way to support us on a regular basis and just help us out.
And, of course, Patreon, another great way. It's off YouTube, but it's a great other side thing. Any amount, any number of months is always going to be helpful. Or one-time donation at Trekyards@hotmail.com is our PayPal. We do this show for you for free, and those that want to support allow us to keep doing it for free for everyone. So if you can, 5, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, and then join our lives and show your support, hey, if you can, please do. And until then, I'm Captain Foley.
No, you're not. What silly kind of off-the-wall humor is this? I'm Captain Cockings.
And this is Admiral Odex. Bye, guys.